All right, let's take a moment now for the Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. And as you look at Houston, Clark, what will be the key facing off against the Hornets?
Well, the one thing that's important, Kevin, when you're playing this team is to match their efficiency. They've been red hot over the last 5 games, and their ability to minimize turnovers has been excellent, absolutely phenomenal. They don't make many mistakes, so if you're going to win, you can't make too many either.
Clark, what about New Orleans? What do they need to do to secure a win?
One player you've got to be aware of is Tracy McGrady. He's a potent scorer with a bevy of moves at his disposal. With his offensive arsenal, you've got to think about double-teaming him.
Oh, this should be fun to watch. Thank you, Clark. Ariza, no luck. On defense, the Rockets. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
Kevin, it simply came down to bench production. I thought they brought baskets in at the right time. They helped out defensively. They gave them some good minutes at both ends of the floor. That's exactly what you expect and desire from your bench players.
The very consistent, terrific rebounding David West, a former college player of the year.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. I mean, he really has continued to develop an excellent jump shooter, but also has ability to score with his back to the basket, Kevin. I love watching him work because he's so efficient. He doesn't waste much motion or energy.
Lowry, kept alive, flushes it with the one-handed jam.
Those are exactly the kind of plays that coaches just love to see. Get in there and run down those missed shots and pound them home.
Now Paul, 9 points last game out. Here's Grant. The shot is off, and the Rockets going the other way now. And they played the Hornets once earlier in the season.
And last time, Kevin, you'll remember they took the loss, just could not match the energy and production off the bench.
Here's Lowry from short range. Graceful finish.
Those are the shot opportunities you want, right in the lane.
And here are the Hornets now. They come in fresh off a win against the Heat.
They did a lot of things right. An awful lot was done right, especially at the offensive end. I thought they did a nice job exploiting every possession. They were smart with the ball, and they really looked very fluid. Nothing was forced.
So they'll likely be making, Clark, adjustments, knowing that the bench is going to come into play.
They don't want to get buried under that energy when the fresh legs come off the bench. They might be limiting the minutes of the starters a bit so they don't run themselves ragged chasing after that bench shift.
There's a lot going on.
A bunch going on.
Rockets substitution, Luis Scola.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. Paul hits the elbow jumper. Clark, it seems like I ask you this question all the time, but I look at Chris Paul, so many great attributes. Let's do a little history lesson here. Who does he remind you of? Is there any game that you can start to compare his game to that you've seen in the past? Like an Isaiah Thomas?
I would
maybe?
give him a little bit of tiny Archibald-ish nature.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going way back.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
But a good comparison nonetheless.
Yeah. We'll have some of our gamers here having to go back to the archives to check
they'll
out
like
time.
that, though.
Yeah,
They'll
but
like
you know, the ability to create and score and also really set up people effectively. Maybe a touch of a pinch of Isaiah Thomas as well in that regard. More so maybe from the competitive fire of Isaiah. Isaiah was a feisty, competitive, tough, hard-nosed guard, and I think Chris Paul has a lot of that in him as well, to go along with the endearing smile and the assassin's mentality when the game's on the line.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Chance now to check out the NBA's most efficient scorers. You take a look at Okafor, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks.
Field goal percentage is always a function of the kinds of shots you take. And this guy here, I tell you what, not only does he make a high percentage of his shots, but he takes good shots on a regular basis.
And here is Battier. It's stolen by Okafor. The Hornets with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Lays it right in. He's got 8.
They're really giving them all they can handle here. The defense is having a hard time keeping up.
Here's Lowry. connects from in close.
He did a great job there to get his shot off against the taller defender. That's a nice play.
New Orleans in the lead. To Grant. The shot misses, and the Rockets go the other way. And as you mentioned, the defense a step slow, trying to defend this offensive onslaught.
Yeah, Kevin, I mean, when they're shooting at such a high percentage like they are, they're really difficult to beat.
And here are the Rockets now. It's a 10-point game. 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. T-Mac. Here's Anderson. It's blocked. Great play by Okafor. Here comes Paul, right now averaging 21 points a game. Here's Grant. Misses the buzzer beater. The Hornets got out to a good start.
They're playing lockdown D, Kevin. As a coach, you can't ask for anything more.
We're at the end of one, and it's already a double-digit lead. The score, 16-6. Welcome back. We're glad you're with us. The second quarter should begin in just a moment. And here are the Rockets now, trailing by 10.
Substitutions on the court.
McGrady with the ball. What a tremendous game he played against Dallas. Yao backs in. The shot is off, and New Orleans will take it the other way. They've led by as much as 10. It's off to Utah for them after this game as they take on the Jazz. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Rockets trail. McGrady with the ball. Defended by Paul. And that one's good. McGrady.
You knew that one was good as soon as he released it. That's cash money.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. Leading by 5. West poked away. Here's Grant. Battier hauls it in off the glass. The break is on. Here's McGrady. Can't get it to fall from downtown. And here are the Hornets now. Okafor, right block. Laid in softly off the glass. Nice bucket by the 6-year veteran out of UConn. Now a timeout called by Houston. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at the Rockets. They're 4th in the conference and looking to make a move the latter part of the season. And, of course, New Orleans, 2.5 games away.
You know, they've not had any trouble with this team so far. They're undefeated against them in their prior meetings, so you would think that they've got tremendous confidence when they face them.
Now here's Scola. 9 points last game.
He got the ball inside, and when the D closed in, he just kicked it out to the open man. Simple, but beautiful.
Here are the Hornets with the ball. It's a 5-point game. Dunked in by Grant. He's got 14.
He's not a sensational dunker, but he flushed that one just to make sure.
Lowry drops it in on the layup.
They've dialed up the intensity a notch here, almost hitting on half of their attempts after struggling with shooting in the first half.
Coming up next Friday from the Pepsi Center in the Mile High City, we'll be watching the Denver Nuggets. They'll be hosting the Cleveland Cavaliers. That one's going to get going at 8:30 Eastern.
You can count on it that both teams want to win.
Yep. And here is Yao following the miss by David West.
One of the ways where they've shown a definite edge, Kevin, has come on the glass today.
And here is West, guarded by Scola. And here are the Rockets now, trailing by 5. Talk about that rebounding edge, Clark. That's definitely had an impact for them in this game.
Well, I think you open up your opportunities, Kevin, when you can stay strong in the paint area and control the boards. I mean, that's a critical element in winning basketball games, rebounding the ball.
And here are the Hornets now. Yao Ming picking up that last basket. The Rockets could opt for the quick shot here. That would leave him with the final possession. Buries the short-range jumper.
That's a great feed to find him inside. When you're willing to pass the ball, good things happen.
Cans it from in close. He's got 16. Ariza with it. Right now averaging 11 points a game. 26 seconds left in the second. Budinger was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Yesterday, there was some action in the NBA. Let's have a look. It was the Hawks taking the win in Atlanta. The New York Knicks going down. The Sacramento Kings lose on the road as the Lakers come out with the win. It's a road win for the Orlando Magic as the Timberwolves are defeated. And back to the game we go. Here's McGrady. Pockets the 3-ball.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around. This has been a fast-paced game, Kevin.
Yeah, both teams are lighting up the scoreboard. And that concludes the first half. The score, 29-27. Let's go to the T-Mobile halftime report. Let's have a look at the team stats from the first half. The Hornets have been finding good looks, as you can see from their shooting percentage.
Yeah, they really seem to be in a rhythm. But can they continue their hot shooting in the second half?
Grant has started off well.
Has he ever, Kevin? I mean, he's just been going off. I don't know any other way to put it.
Welcome, everyone. The second half of this 2K Sports NBA presentation getting underway. We've got quite a battle going on in this one. And here are the Rockets. A 2-point game. Low block. 6 seconds to shoot. Yao in the post. He's against Okafor. And it's tied up. 10 points for him.
Well, he's been doing his part, Kevin. He definitely is focused and came to play.
The dump off to West. To Grant. The Hornets give up possession.
Turnover.
And fans, be sure to tune in tomorrow night. It'll be Carmelo Anthony and the Denver Nuggets. They'll play host to the Philadelphia 76ers. That's a 6 o'clock Eastern start time.
You know they're going to be extra hyped up for this one.
You're right, you're right. And here are the Rockets now. Ariza for the lead. David West grabs the miss.
Tough break there, Kev. He found an opening on the floor and got a nice clear look. Just didn't convert.
Gently drops it in. 20 points for him. McGrady with the ball. He's got 7. Here's Yao, the jump hook. Battier leads the game in assists. Now Paul. About 3.5 minutes left in the third. To Peja. And here is West. He's guarded by Battier.
That's his job. That's what he does. He clamped down on the shooter. He's one tough defender.
On defense, the Hornets. They've led by as much as 10. Ariza. Good. They're ahead 33-31. The Hornets trail. To Okafor. To the wing. Gets in close. Okafor gets the bucket.
Good job of leading his man right to the rim for the bucket.
So it's Houston now. Now a timeout called by Houston. The one-year college requirement, Clark, is interesting. We're seeing kids now come out after their freshman year, some after their sophomore year in college. Is it helping or hurting colleges? And is it helping or hurting the NBA?
Well, I think it's a mixed bag at this point. It's only been a couple of years now that we've had the
Substitution on the court.
McGrady with the ball. He's got 9. Here's Yao. Dunks it down with one hand. He's got 14.
great vision on display there. The pass led him perfectly to the basket. That's how you do it.
To Okafor. Nails it from close range.
He's been a go-to guy for him here in the quarter, doing an outstanding job putting the ball in the basket.
Scola. 6 seconds to shoot. McGrady with the ball. Yow, that's good.
Right now, he's being extremely active on offense for him this quarter. He's perfect from the field.
Here's Grant from close range. Lays it right in. He's got 22.
He's not normally a prolific scorer, but he's given them a big lift in this one.
Grant is tagged with the reach. That's his first foul. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the New Orleans Hornets. They'll be playing the Thunder. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. McGrady with the ball. Right now averaging 21 points a game.
Substitutions on the court.
So it's Houston now, trailing by 2. Grant kept alive. To the right wing.
Well, both teams have been rolling. The fans love this kind of game.
And here is Yao. He's got 16. Yao backs him down.
By the time the D could react, it was too late. That's how to rise up for the throwdown.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. 3-point lead. Here's Grant in close. Flies in for the layup.
He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
The Rockets will take a timeout here. They're behind by 5. 2:32 left to the fourth.
Substitutions on the court.
And let's check in with Cheryl, who got a chance to talk with Rick Adelman.
Hey guys, he told them, finish strong inside. I want dunks, layups, or free throws. He made it pretty plain. He wants them in attack mode. Back to you, Kev.
Thanks, Cheryl.
That was a judgment call. He took a quick shot there, but I thought it was a pretty good look.
New Orleans in the lead. West drops the sledgehammer. The Rockets trail. Ariza, right wing. Here's Lowry. Terrific swat. The Hornets with the denial, and it's still a 7-point game.
You got to expect more out of him here. He's had a lot of difficulty this quarter, which in turn is making it difficult for them to cut into this deficit at all.
McGrady with the ball, following the score by New Orleans. Here's Grant. It bounces out of bounds after the shot.
Rockets ball.
Coach Adelman calls time. They're down by 9. 1:42 left in the game.
Everybody check this out. Everybody walk your walk.
So it's Houston now. 9-point game. Lowry dumps it off. Here's Ariza. It's money from deep.
So far, nothing the D's thrown at him has been effective. It's been a volcanic eruption.
And here's New Orleans now. They've led by as much as 10. West backs down, tosses it up. That's good.
They say the mid-range game is becoming a lost art in the NBA, but you certainly couldn't tell it from watching that play. What a sweet stroke.
So it's Houston now, trailing here by 8. Battier, snatched up. Here's Lowry, tipped, and we're going the other way. Nice play by Grant.
Right now being held without a point in this quarter. Goose egg. Really struggling to find any kind of open looks.
The Rockets call for a 20-second timeout. They're losing by 10. 57 seconds left to the fourth. McGrady with the ball. He's got 9. Down low. Stojakovic cleans the defensive glass.
He's really struggled to get into any kind of comfortable flow here. 0 points this quarter, and he really doesn't look like himself out there.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. It's a 10-point game. And here are the Rockets now after David West's bucket. McGrady with the ball. Defended by Paul. Throws it up. 8 feet out. And that one's good. McGrady.
Boy, he's really special. The defense has to account for him at all times.
Rockets on D. Grant backs in. Here's Grant. Money on the 10-footer. He has 30.
Right on the verge of victory now. They don't need much more than to just take care of the basketball.
The Hornets walk away with a double-digit victory as they defeat the Rockets, 68-56. For his steady play, Grant is our Jordan Brand Player of the Game.
Yeah, Kevin, he was really stroking it. He shot the lights out, and there was just no one out on the floor who could stop him.
Well, that's it for us. On behalf of Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan, thanks for tuning in to NBA Basketball on 2K Sports.
That was a terrible game. For the guy that was guarding you, I'd like to start off by saying that I thought your shot selection was fantastic. The important thing to remember is not to lose your focus. When that happens, you'll begin to force bad shots. I was also very surprised with some of the blocked shots that you made tonight. A couple of those were incredibly athletic plays. There's no better way to strike fear in your opponent than convincing them that you can block any shot they take. Ultimately, if you can keep up that level of play, good things will happen.